guys, heading into this rivalry matchup, WKU has had a pretty great start to their season, but Marshall's lost their last 3 games. So a win tonight could be just what they need to get back on track before they start conference next week. Back to you guys.
All right, Blessing, look forward to your reports tonight. Outstanding player for Marshall's women's basketball program under Julie Folks.
Absolutely. And they're having a good season this year as well.
Anthony Eads, a West Virginia native, tosses the ball in the air, and we are underway. Doug Shows and Vladimir Voivod-Tadal, the other 2 officials for the game. Here is Spear with a little runner, and good for Marshall.
And good action right there. That looked like a design play that Coach Jackson had drawn up to kind of get Jalen Spear into some action quick and get him going.
Spear averaging right at 13 a game, and now the Hilltoppers go to work here. Opening possession. Shot won't go wide. Fricks snags the miss. Spear going over 1,000 points for his career, which started at Florida A&M when Marshall played UVA. He misses there, and now the Hilltoppers attacking. Here's Boone for the first time.
And you're going to see them play really fast and take early shots in this shot clock.
Wyatt Fricks, Noah Ochuti, Matt Van Komen, Caleb Hollenbeck, and Jalen Spear, the starters for Marshall. Our starters being presented by University Ford. Spear delivers.
And when he's got going early, Marshall has been really good this year, especially when he's hit an early 3. And right there you saw him already hit a floater and a 3. So that's a great sign for the Herd.
Kata Hafner, Newell, Boone, and Tegan Moore, the starters for Western Kentucky. Marshall out to the early lead here.
And Tegan Moore is a 20-point per game guy. And Jalen Spear again. If they're going to let him get that deep off a pick and roll, he's going to have a 10-foot floater every time. And I would say that every Marshall fan in this building would love to see that.
It's Marshall 7, Western Kentucky nothing, or you could say it's Jalen Spear 7 and Marshall nothing. Nice start for the Thundering Herd.
Yeah, and you see that big is just playing way too deep on that pick and roll. Even if you are in a soft show where he's kind of playing back, you know, you're just giving that guy a wide open shot. There has to be a little bit more movement right there. Jalen Spears is going to tear that up every single time.
18-16 to go. Let's check out our keys to the game here, Stevie.
Yeah, and I preached on it a little bit when we were doing the impact players, but for Western, obviously guarding the three-point line, Marshall's their best when they have a bunch of guys rattling off threes. And then Western do what they do. Push the pace, be aggressive in transition, get downhill. On the other end, Marshall needs to do the same thing. They don't want to play against a set Western defense. They want to get out in transition and play where they have mismatches.
Marshall guided by Cornelius Corny Jackson. Hank Plona is outstanding head coach for Western Kentucky. Ball goes out of bounds. Western Kentucky leads the series with Marshall 23-12. Have won the last 5 and the last 90-82. You battled the Hilltopper program several times, didn't you?
Oh, about 6 or 7 times, and every one of them was just that, a battle.
Marshall and Western both members of Conference USA. Western still is. Marshall now, of course, in the Sun Belt. Block there. Ochuti to Spear. Gets away from a defender, couldn't get it to drop, and Hilltoppers back on the attack. Looking for that first basket of the game, and Cam Hafner couldn't get it to go down.
And Matt Van Komen is kind of anchoring this defense right now. I think that's 3 blocks already by him. And you see him getting a quick break right there, but, you know, if Marshall can get back and limit Western's transition and make them play against their set defense, it's going to be tough, especially when you got Van Komen sitting down the paint using his length, and that's where he can be the most effective at. When you get him running in transition, you know, it kind of takes away from that.
Noah Boyd, number 7, has checked in for the Hilltoppers. along with Bryant Silabonga. Silabonga, 6'8" graduate student, played at McNeese and Tulsa. Got L.J. Hackman in there as well. Ryan Myers, number 4, coming off a game in which he had 7 threes in a win against Evansville. Spear couldn't get that one to drop, and now the Hilltoppers on the move with Moore handling the basketball. Here's Myers. Can't let him be free, and that's what happens, and Myers drains it. That's his 16th three of the season.
Yeah, he's shooting 43% from the three-point line. That's a guy you don't want to get any look.
Eric Harding checked in for Van Komen a moment ago. Also in the game for the Herd, Drew Fuquay. Shot by Noah Ochuti won't go.
You're going to see Marshall take a lot of those elbow pull-up jumpers if Western continues to play drop.
From the corner, flick of the wrist, wouldn't go for L.J. Hackman. From the outside, there is Moore, and his shot won't go down, and a fight for the basketball, and Spear comes away with it. Shooty lost the handle, goes out of bounds. Well, you know, we're nearing Christmas, and we get the green and the red here tonight.
Coach Cotton told me, he said, you look out on the court, and it almost looks like we're decorated in a Christmas theme. And yeah, good job by Myers to get his hand in there. Stop the fast break. Marshall had some numbers, but now going to have to go against the set defense.
Tegan Moore will check out, and Jack Edlin, number 5, out of Louisville Male High School, checks in. Great program at the high school level in the Bluegrass State. Here's Eric Harding muscling and scoring.
And that was good defense by Boyd, just a better shot by Harding. Was able to kind of worm his way in there.
So Bonga gives it up. It's it to Boyd, and going to have the held ball. Marshall's possession when we return. Thundering Herd out to a 6-point lead here, 9-3 at the Cam Henderson Center in Huntington.
Outdoor adventure or downtown fun? Why not both? Tahoe is the ultimate destination for those who live life to its fullest and always say yes to a good time. This is your canvas to do more, be more, and get outside the comfort zone in the biggest little city in the world. Epic outdoors, boundless possibilities. Discover no limits at visitrenotahoe.com.
You own your own business. You own every decision. And with 8 times points on Chase Travel, now own the card that rewards you for it. Introducing the business card that gives back all you put in. The new Chase Sapphire Reserve for Business.
Vivid Seats' new lowest price guarantee means you get lower ticket prices in the Vivid Seats app. Guaranteed. We got tickets! But Vivid Seats cannot guarantee that you'll crash a tailgate and walk away without a concussion. Or your chest pains will survive sub-zero temps. Or your kid will catch a foul ball and actually keep it. And Vivid Seats definitely cannot guarantee that you'll have your voice the next day. But we can guarantee lower ticket prices only in the Vivid Seats app. Download now.
It's the Buffalo Wild Wings Pick 6 meal.
Whoa! It's the perfect meal for 2. Ooh, I'm so excited. What else did I get?
Well, that's it.
Coaches, Hank Plona, 23-17. The Hilltopper program, Tony Jackson is 25-17. And Coach Plona earlier in the week talking about this matchup with the Thundering Herd. And here's some of the things he had to say, Stevie.
Yeah, and if you kind of read through it, he makes a good point. Whether or not they've got 7-4 Matt Van Komen in the middle or not, this team really goes on how well they're shooting the 3 ball. So guarding the 3-point line is probably the biggest concern when you're facing this Marshall team.
And Marshall has a three-pointer in this game. Good look there at Coach Plona. Jalen Spear has 7 of Marshall's 9 points. And the lone bucket so far, a three-pointer by Ryan Myers.
And once again, good defense right there, but still, you know, just a better shot. Selabonge was able to just muscle it through.
He averages 8 a game. He's out of Montreal. He again started his career at McNeese State, then played at Tulsa. Had 24 in a game against SMU. Kai Spears in the game for the Thundering Herd. Last time we were together, falling down is Fuquay.
Nice shot. Off the bounce 3 by Fuquay.
His second of the season. The last time we were together, Marshall playing Lipscomb, and Kai Spears played really well.
He did.
With 8 points. Nice bucket there by L.J. Hackman.
Yeah, it was smooth right there. And that's why you're seeing Spears get a, oh, nice block. That's why you're seeing Spears get an early nod tonight, is because of the kind of spark he came in and showed against Lipscomb.
12-7 game. Boyd to the hoop, and Boyd will be fouled.
And that's twice on the other end that we've seen Harding go up strong to dunk it and get met at the rim by these Western Kentucky bigs.
Eric Harding committed the foul, his first. Look at Noah Boyd there, 7-footer. He's 245.
And yeah, got him on the shoulder right there. Harding kind of collapsed his hands. He thought he was straight up, but there was a bit of a bend right there when the contact was made.
This team, an outstanding free throw shooting team, 4th best in the country. It's about over 22 per game, but both of those would not fall for Boyd.
Yeah, and they get to the line a lot. And it's because, you know, the primary guards are attacking downhill guards.
Grant Newell has checked in, number 8, along with Leroy Hudiai. And Marshall losing the basketball.
Yeah.
And give it to the Hilltoppers.
That's the little mistakes right there that'll creep up on you in a tight game like this against a team, you know, like Western.
Edlin with the basketball for the Hilltoppers. Here's to his right. Now here's Myers. He has a 3 already stripped there.
Good
Landon
hands.
Joseph has checked in. Van Komen is back in for Marshall, and he does a good job there on the floor.
Big fella's on the floor.
Getting it to a teammate. Whistle as Joseph launched.
Okay. They got a basket's good call right there, off foul.
Landon Joseph with his 7th three-pointer of the season. And they're going to take a look at it here, Stevie.
The previous play is under review.
I didn't catch what they called the foul on.
You see Van Komen flying.
Yeah. Are they reviewing the foul?
Joseph
Going to be interesting to see.
Near the inbounds line there in front of the Western Kentucky bench.
Yeah. And he's came in and gave them good minutes this year. Had 22 at UVA as a freshman. He comes out here with all the confidence in the world, ready to knock that one down.
Last time teams met, these programs met, was in November of 2024. You know, Joseph, nice range.
I don't know if they're going to call the foul before the shot or not. Yeah, before when we saw that replay, you know, I thought it was a little bit closer, but that That kind of looked like it was, the foul did occur before the shot. And they're taking a good look at this.
After further review, we have a common foul on Marshall number 4. Let's see here, gets number 4 here. We'll also resume play on the baseline.
I believe they meant to say Western Kentucky,
number 4, Myers.
That's close. And yeah, you can see Myers just kind of guides Van Komen to the stanchion.
So Joseph will trigger it in. And so,
yeah, they took the basket away.
Yeah, take his three-pointer off the board.
Well, I'm sure he's not happy about that.
He wears number 6. He has 6 on the season. He's looking for his 7th.
And he got lucky right there. He almost got his ball took. Got to be tight with it.
Jalen Spear wheels around. Joseph's going to let it fly. Does, and can't get it to drop. And Myers comes through, gets the rebound, puts up the shot, wouldn't drop. And then Van Komen had it in his hands and just could not hang on.
Yeah, and that's the pace right there that Western wants to play with. They didn't get anything from it right there, but they want to kind of move the whole game into that level. And yeah, it kind of looked more like he got smacked on the elbow a little bit. But nevertheless,
it stays Marshall's basketball. Chudy back in the game. And right into the hands it goes. The Hafner, who checked in a moment ago for Myers, and then it's Grant Newell slamming it through.
And that's it right there. If you're Marshall, you don't want to get caught in that pace.
Wyatt Fricks trying to get going here. His shot would not go through. Newell averages 10.5 a game. He's out of Chicago, and he's a transfer from North Texas.
And he just did a great job right there of sprinting the floor. That's something that is preached at Biggs every single day. Sprint the floor, sprint the floor. You'll get easy ones, and that's proof to it right there.
Well, he had a long season as he played for the NIT title there at North Texas.
Oh, yeah.
Ross Hodge. Shot would not go there for Spear. He started his career at California. So the Herd will continue to have the basketball here. A 12-9 game. 12:38 to go here in this first half of action. Marshall trying to end a 3-game losing slide. Tough losses to Lipscomb, UNC Wilmington, and Ohio. Chudy in the lane. Van Komen with a nice rebound. Stick back, though, would not go. On the move now is Edlin for the Hilltoppers. Edlin in traffic. Got it back to Newell, and he rifles in a 3. That's his 11th of the season.
And that's back-to-back buckets from Newell.
12-12 game here, and have a foul called on Wyatt Fricks.
And he's going to take a little break.
And Landon Joseph back in. Eric Harding checks in, and Drew Fuqua into the contest. Edlin. Newell. This one would not go. Nice job there keeping it alive. Was Hafner, but now Marshall with the basketball. Tie game. Jalen Spear and company trying to change that, and will.
That's nice with the left hand right there.
9 in the game for Spear.
He did a great job of just being patient off that pick and roll. The first one, he had 2 options, weighed them out, chose the right one, and had a nice left-handed floater.
Moore's back in the game and drives the baseline nicely and puts it through.
He does a great job of playing through contact. He's big, too, 6'5".
He's an all-Conference USA freshman in the 23-24 season. He's out of Dry Ridge, Kentucky. Owen County High. We're tied at 14 here at the Cam Henderson Center between Western Kentucky and Marshall.
The three-point shot.
For 48 years running, Ford F-Series has been the best line of trucks for your line of work. And right now at your local Ford store, getting huge savings on our entire lineup of built Ford Tough trucks is no work at all. For a limited time, get a new 2025 Ford F-150 STX with $3,900 for $60 plus $2,500 total cash. Make your money work harder and test drive an F-Series today at your local Ford store, where there's always more in store.
This is Smith Hall, where I took my pre-law courses and my debate team met for practice. And this is Gullickson Hall, where I was a proud member of the Army ROTC. And I was standing on that muddy hillside in December 1992 when Willie Merrick made the kick that made us national champions. Marshall is home. When choosing a law firm for your injury or death case, contact Stephen New & Associates, newlawoffice.com. We are Marshall.
It was a three-point shot.
Well, he was a Marshall great. He was an assistant and now the head coach. Corny Jackson in season number 2, guiding this proud Thundering Herd men's basketball program. And there's a good look at the Oak Hill, West Virginia native in the huddle. His team tied with Western 14-14. He had some interesting comments prior to this meeting, Stevie.
Yeah, and he's right. And we've kind of seen him do it already in this game. Get downhill. And these guys love to get to the free throw line. And Tegan Moore is the ringleader of that group. He plays through contact. He plays at angles. He goes straight through people's shoulders, and then he doesn't shy away from it at the rim either. And that's why, they get to the free throw line as well as they do.
This little wrinkle for our telecast. Bryce Lusher and his great crew here tonight, working inside the Cam Henderson Center on the campus of Marshall University. Cornelius Jackson looking for win number 26 here tonight. And it's those close games in which they've had that really eat at you.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, all 3 of their losses, well, the Lipscomb one was a little different, but the 2 away were, right there. Even the Ohio one, they got stretched out, but they had all the chances in the world. And Wilmington, everybody saw how that one went.
There's Hafner unleashing the shot and knocking it down.
Yeah, he's another 40% three-point shooter.
17-14, Western in the lead. After now with 15 threes on the season. Here's Joseph with a little step back.
Nice patience by the freshman right there, working the pick and roll. Finding the soft spot in that defense and pulling up.
Udiahi is back in the game. Now Hafner penetrates. In some trouble looking. He'll turn around and put it up and just about put it in.
Yeah, and that's not really the game that Western wants to play, that half-court pace right there. They want to get out in transition. Nice pass.
Hollenbeck open and is certainly dangerous from the outside. Well, going up and getting the rebound was Newell, and he will be fouled from behind.
And if you're Coach Jackson, you have absolutely no problem with Fuquay committing that foul. That's exactly what you want to see him doing. Getting after it, loose balls, offensive rebound. And he might have got double fouled right there by Fuquay and Harding. Wyatt Frick's back in the game.
And Marshall right now working with Ochudy, Joseph, Fricks, Harding, and Spear. And the Hilltoppers got Blaze Cada into the game, number 1, 6'11". Transfer from Nebraska. Moore out there on the floor. Silabonga at the moment working with the Hilltopper 5 and Ryan Myers. And this is Myers, ever dangerous. Here's Moore maneuvering, working against Spear, and Moore will put it up and in.
Yeah, that's a tough matchup for Jalen Spear. He's given up about 5 inches right there. And, you know, Moore just kind of took him down to the paint and got him where he wanted him.
And Moore averaging close to 20 a game. Harding's shot wouldn't drop.
Good pass by Ochudy off that pick and roll, though.
19-16 lead here. As we hit go under the 9-minute mark of this opening half. On the former Marshall great Stevie Browning, current Marshall women's basketball standout Blessing King, and our great crew, Mark Martin. Delighted to have you with us. Silabonga put it up, and some colliding going on there.
Yeah.
And it's going to be Marshall's basketball.
And it looks like Silabonga may have tweaked an ankle. He's walking gingerly. Yeah, I think he's tweaked his ankle.
And Matt Van Komen will come back into the game as Harding checks out.
If I'm Western Kentucky, I'm seeking out the mismatches that Tegan Moore has right now. Ochudy's really the only guard on the floor that has the size to bang around with him and handle him really in that mid-post area.
Here's Wyatt Fricks with the turnaround, hits the back of the iron and won't go. Here's Myers dashing down the floor, off the glass, got it, and is fouled.
That's a nice take. Strong, these Western guards are strong.
Check out Hackman flying down the floor. What a move by L.J. Hackman.
Yeah, and just over the outstretched arms of Wyatt Fricks. Got the contact, was able to gain back control in the air and kiss it off the glass.
Well, that bucket and a foul coming. Western Kentucky by 5 over the Thundering Herd of Marshall's. These old CUSA foes get together here in Huntington.
We're taking immediate timeout.
My wife and I were traveling. My chest started hurting. I was exhibiting symptoms of heart failure, but I was in denial. I was a young, fit person.
It was an exceptional condition because not only did he have a very large aortic aneurysm, he had very reduced pump function of the heart.
That was a really, really hard thing to hear. I met with cardiologists at New York Presbyterian. They were confident that this surgery would work.
Jay had a procedure where his aortic root was essentially replaced, and now he would be walking down the street and you would never know. He's doing beautifully.
Learning that it was hereditary, my attention quickly shifted to my daughter.
We are not just individual doctors, we're really family doctors.
I wouldn't be here today with my new daughter without New York Presbyterian.
Form or function? Should we push the timeline? Will it hold?
Should we outsource?
What do you think?
Do you engineer it to work? or design it to move. Give them what they want.
It needs to be taller, faster,
even cheaper.
Or take things to new places. You've got to build the right team. No. That's the one. Revise it, redo it, develop it. Keep pushing until it's right.
Introducing the business card that gives back all you put in. A new Chase Sapphire Reserve for Business.
Something simple sounds good for breakfast. Look. Say yes to simple.
It's the Buffalo Wild Wings Pick Six meal.
Whoa! It's the perfect meal for two. Ooh, I'm so excited. What else did I get?
That's it.
This was only...
When we partner with the V Foundation to highlight the urgent need for cancer research. This is game-changing research that helps save lives. If you're able, give now at v.org/donate. 100% of donations go directly to cancer research, and what great things have come from that.
Absolutely. You know, it's a huge part of college basketball now. His legacy will live forever through that.
All right, so we had the basket by L.J. Hackman, and the foul was called.
And apparently they were going back to check and see if there was any extracurricular activities on that. Because
after further review, we called it a common foul.
Had a little blood in his mouth, but nothing
was made.
They called it a basketball play.
Hackman 25 of 36 from the free throw line this season. Averages 7.8. Columbus, Mississippi native. Played at Jones College. Had a 30-point game while at Jones. Averaged 13.2.
And I watched him shoot around in warm-ups today, and I didn't see him miss too many times.
Marshall trailing by 6 and the early lead in this game. Just a little bit of a drought here. Joseph.
And I think Dubinsky missed his shot earlier in that off the first handoff. He came off wide open and looked like he was just locked into finishing the play, but a nice pass.
And Marshall working and getting it into the hands of Matt Van Komen. Van Komen averages 10.5 a game. That's his first basket here. Myers works against Joseph. Tegan Moore. Shot is up and a little short there for Hackman. Down the floor, and the lead pass a little too strong.
That's called a good look, bad pass. He had the right idea. He just sailed it just a little bit. But listen, the freshman just came in and played well. He's had a couple nice passes, a couple nice buckets off the pick and roll.
Spears is set to check back into the game for the Thundering Herd. Newell's pass stripped away there by Ochuti. Down the floor, and he has his first basket of the game.
Yeah, and a great job of matching Moore's physicality right there.
Marshall has trimmed the lead to 2 here, 22-20. After wheels around, kicks it, and Moore long there on his three-point attempt, and then a battle for the miss. Going to get Grant Newell with the foul.
And if you can get Moore to do anything, you would want him as a Marshall fan to stay behind that three-point line. you know, he hasn't shot a great percentage this year, but everywhere else he is really tough to handle.
Dubinsky to Van Komen. And Ochuti going to be fouled there, and going to whistle Armello Boone, the 6'4" freshman out of Lexington, Kentucky.
And yeah, we got, he was still shuffling the feet a little bit. That's why it was a block. A lot of contact, maybe looked like a charge, but those feet were still moving of Boone's.
Ochuti will fire and connect. Now 4 in the game. Jack Edlin is back into the contest for Western Kentucky. Ryan Myers out. We are even here at 22.
And Boone has been quiet in this first half. Yep, I would say expect. Oh! That looked like it did not feel good.
I'm going to tell you what, you always worry. These guys, they battle. They're not thinking about anything. And boy, they hit that deck, and that was Boyd.
Yeah, and I mean, it's a box out by Wyatt Fricks. Nothing dirty, just unfortunate.
He'll stay in the game. LJ Hackman is back in. Cam Hafner checked out for the Hilltoppers with head coach Hank Plona. Here's Louis Simona is in the game for the first time. And Simona, transfer from Stonehill, flying down the court. Ochuti can't get it to go, and Hackman's going to be ahead of the pack. Dubinsky trying to catch up, but not in time. Hackman has 7 in the game.
And that's the pace right there that Western wants to play at.
Hilltoppers back up by 2. Tight game here in Huntington early on. Looking at the last 5 games, all were decided by under 10 points. And Western won all of those, but good games. In the last meeting was November of 2024. Marshall comes up empty on the offensive end. And there is a takeaway by the Herd. Good play by Fuquay.
Yep.
Ochuti. Fuquay saves it. Guy Spears has it. And they strip Van Komen of the basketball.
And he came down with it. He brought it down.
Edlin gets it to Boyd. Boyd going to be fouled here with 4:18 to go in this first half.
And right there, even off something that doesn't even look like transition, that you just see the bigs beating Van Komen down the floor, and it puts, you know, Marshall in a bad spot, and Dubinsky has to foul or give up a layup. And that's another reason why Western gets to the line so much, is they're always putting pressure on that rim.
Boyd missed a pair of free throws earlier, but hits there. Tegan Moore back in. Myers returns. Fuquay and Spears are out. And Komen checks out. Spear back in. Bryce Slay getting in to the contest for the first time for Marshall. Leroy Odiati is back in for Western Kentucky. 4-point lead for the Hilltoppers.
And the freshman getting some run tonight for the Herd.
Driving is Spear. Started out hot with 9 points.
And he's getting to where he wants to. He's had a couple bunnies that I bet he wish he could have back.
Ball goes out of bounds. I think it's going to stay with Western. And breakaway here with a breakaway, Stevie.
Yeah, and just a good job. Everybody knows as soon as we get it, look up. We're out in transition.
We'll see you there.
Eating out, furnishing your home, your favorite hobbies. They all cost money. The more you can save on your vehicle, the more you'll have to spend on the other things you love. At your local Ford store, we understand this, and our vehicles right now are more affordable than ever. Vehicles like the 2025 Ford Escape, now with $3,500 total cash, or Bronco Sport, just $399 a month. And Broncos are only $499 a month. Visit your local Ford store today, where there's always more in store.
A moment. A lot can happen in a moment. It can be fast-paced, or time can stand still. Up in the air, down in the trenches. High-tech, old school. High energy, low-key. Lend a hand. Learn to let go. Find your people and your purpose. We meet the moment. We are Marshall.
This game has been tied 3 times. 1 lead change. At the moment, Western Kentucky on top of Marshall, 26-22. Thundering Herd at 5-4, and the Hilltoppers of Western Kentucky from Bowling Green coming in for the mark of 6-2.
And I think we're shaping up to see one of those classic Marshall WKU battles. Western's had an interesting beginning to this season. You know, they're 6-2. Their only 2 losses have been to Vanderbilt and UCF, and both of those were by 5 and 6. They beat Wichita, and every game they've had has been close. So I think you're going to see one of those again tonight.
And Marshall's had a couple of close ones as well, and including the last 2. The ball stays with the Hilltoppers. Get it in, and the shot will not go there for Odiai.
Yeah, that was a good job of Harding just pushing him out a little bit further than he wanted to be.
Here's Slay. Odiai came to Western from Old Dominion, so he knows about Marshall. And Slay comes up with the loose ball and hits the deck, and it will stay with the Thundering Herd.
And a great job by Bryce Slay. As a freshman who is fighting for as much playing time as possible, that's how you stay on the floor right there, is getting loose balls, getting offensive rebounds, being active and playing super hard.
Coach Schutte sends it in. Harding hands it to Spear.
Oh, good pass.
Harding got the basketball, and he will be fouled.
And back to Bryce Slay. It's funny how basketball works. The ball finds the energy. So if you're out there and you're competing, you're playing hard, that ball just seems to end up in your hands a lot.
Newell checks out, and Louis Simona is back in, number 33 for the Hilltoppers. He wears 33. He had 33 in a game at Lemoyne when he was playing for Stonehill, and it is Hackman slamming it through as he got the loose ball and races down the floor. He has 9 in the game.
Yeah, he was bouncy with that one too. He just kind of floated.
Effortless, wasn't it?
That was effortless for real. He kind of hung up in the air for a while.
Marshall trails by 6. Opportunity to whittle down here. Nice pass there. And Harding will be fouled.
And, you know, I've said it in most of our broadcasts. You know, Jalen Spear in a pick and roll is always a good option for Marshall. And we've seen him miss now about 4 or 5 of those little elbow pull-up jumpers. But that is a shot that if he continues to get, those will translate into makes. And a nice left-handed dump off. And Harding does a good job of being in the right place at the right time and going up strong.
Simona committed the foul. He's out of the game now. A good look there at Hank Plona. Harding with 3 points in the game. 9 of 15 on the season. And that one spins out. And great hustle there by Edlund to get the miss. And then he was stripped, and they'll say keep it with the Hilltoppers.
Yeah, that was nice hands right there by Josephs to kind of tap that away. Yeah, nice hands.
Ryan Myers with the shot, can't get it to go. Shot from Spear, and he cannot get it to connect. Hilltoppers the other way, leading by 5. Way out, it's Myers, and had a good look there, but it spins out. Joseph. Jalen Spear
nice
attacking,
pass.
Gets it to Harding.
And that might be a look that Marshall wants to keep going to, is that side pick and roll with nobody on the backside, because the way that Western's kind of playing it is they're both going towards the ball handler, and if you go from that backside, there's no help. And which was why Harding was able to get a wide open layup right there.
LJ Hackman drives, blocked by Harding.
Marshall's bigs have done a good job of accepting the challenge tonight and played hard and like that, blocked shots. Both of them, Harding and Van Komen have done a fantastic job of controlling the paint and protecting the rim.
After Moore back in for the Hilltoppers. Myers, one of those to check out, along with Cade Unseld.
And Landon Josephs gets after it. And I mean, you see Ochuti on the floor as well. We saw Van Komen on the floor earlier. That just shows you that Coach Cordy Jackson has these guys bought into playing hard.
Jack Edlund committed the foul. That's his first. Each team with 6 fouls here. So it's going to be Spear to trigger it in. And gets it to Noah Ochuti, young man out of Hamilton, Ontario.
Long way from here, huh?
Spear puts it up, can't get it to go. Van Komen. So you got Van Komen, Hollenbeck, Spear, Ochuti, and Landon Joseph out on the floor for Marshall. LJ Hackman and after Jack Edlund, Leroy Odiai, and Tegan Moore out there on the court for the Hilltoppers.
Both teams have kind of decided to go with a smaller lineup.
Here is Spear with the flick of the wrist. That's a 2.
And I like his mentality right now. He missed 7 or 8 shots in a row. Don't stop shooting.
11 now, and it's a 1-point game here. Moore being harassed, fires it over. Hollenbeck takes it away. Joseph with a nice little step there. Ball on the floor. And they'll untangle the players.
And listen, that whole defensive possession down there, that last one was completely on Landon Josephs. He disrupted the whole play. He helped and went and doubled Grant Moore, and now he's about to get a layup. The freshman is out here playing. He's playing well. He's playing hard.
He has 4 in the game. Marshall with the lead. Anthony Eads, one of our officials. Cornelius Jackson. So Cornelius, as a player at Oak Hill High School, he battled those Bluefield Beavers for a long time, and Anthony Eads is a former Bluefield Beaver.
Well, I battled Anthony Eads in high school.
You did?
Yeah. He was younger than me. He was a freshman when I was a senior, but he was playing at the time.
Well, there's a lot of great history of basketball in the state of West Virginia. I mean, it's rich, and he's just another guy that adds to it. Of course, his father, Mike Eads, outstanding official, many Final Fours. All right, here we go. 1-point game with time winding down in this first half.
Western's gonna, I bet they're gonna put Tegan Moore in something. Nope.
This is L.J. Hackman, and he's going to be fouled by Caleb Hollenbeck.
Marshall crowd didn't like it. I think that it was a foul. Hollenbeck kind of put his shoulder into Hackman right there, and that's a tough one because that sends him to the line.
That's the first of the game on Hollenbeck. Hackman, a near 70% free throw shooter, did not get it to go. Marshall with an opportunity here. Joseph drives. Joseph could not get it to go at the buzzer. Marshall will head to the locker room, as will Western Kentucky. Outstanding first half. 60 teams playing and battling their hearts out here. 29-28 our score. Blessing King is standing by with Cornelius Jackson. Take it away, Blessing.
Coach, you mentioned pushing the pace as being a major key for this game.
Cam Hafner. Blaze Cato will start this second half. Grant Newell and L.J. Hackman.
And both teams have really done a good job of executing the scouting report. Western hasn't given up a whole lot of threes, and Marshall hasn't given up a whole lot in transition.
Tegan Moore wanting to work his way in. He does. Rejected there by Fricks. Western Kentucky back with the basketball. Hafter straight away. Three won't go, and a nice rebound. Cada could not get it to fall, though. And Marshall now for the first time here in the second half.
And Western had chances right there.
Jalen Spear had the strong start for Marshall. Backs back out of there and gets it to Ochuti. Penetrates, pulls up, and can't get it to go. A battle for it, and now Hollenbeck just comes and takes it away. Spear. The Hollenbeck who started it all, and he gets rewarded.
And like we said earlier, the basketball finds energy. Hollenbeck found a way to come up with that 50-50 ball and then gets a wide open three.
His first basket of the game. 22 threes now on the season for Caleb Hollenbeck. Came to Marshall from Gillette out of Rapid City, South Dakota.
That's a long way from here, too.
Love of the game will take you anywhere, though.
It took me across the world.
All right, so Marshall back with the basketball after Western came away empty. So Chudy going to put up the one-hander and will be fouled.
And a good job of just being patient off the pick and roll. The first one didn't work. Move it down, let Van Komen turn it around and set another one. And you see that pick and roll was at the free throw line.
Schutte puts it up and foul on Moore. Moore has his first of the game. Hackman out, Moore out, and Cada out. So they'll get Boyd back in there. Where's number 7? Carmelo Boone, one of our impact players prior to the game, and Ryan Myers. Marshall up by 6. Largest lead was 7. Grant Newell working up with a shot and got it. Grant Newell connects.
And you see Jalen Spear telling Wyatt Fricks, stay down, stay on your feet. And a good job right there of Newell to get Fricks off his feet and then go straight through him.
Fricks now with 3 fouls. He'll have to check out. Drew Fuqua will head in for Marshall. Newell converts the 3-point play, has 8 in the game.
And foul trouble has been killing Fricks this season, really. He's been battling it pretty much every game.
Schutte lofted it up there. Boone racing down the floor. There was a collision. Boone going to be hit with the offensive foul.
And a good job of Caleb Holenbeck right there to hop over in time to take that charge. And yeah, it's close. Listen, being a ref is a tough job because that's a 50-50 call. And on a bang-bang play.
Jalen Spear, long range, got it.
And that's 2 early threes by the Herd right here. We've seen them get hot in the second half multiple times this year.
Jalen Spear now has 2 in the game. He has 14. Shot from the corner will not fall there for Grant Newell. Newell had a 3 earlier in the game. Here's Spear. Puts it in. 16 for Jalen Spear, and Marshall with the game's largest lead at 8.
Yeah, Jalen Spears just kind of taking this one over right here. He had the 1 assist to Holenbeck and then 2 back-to-back buckets right there.
Well, good shot there. Marshall President Brad Smith, he likes what he's seeing here early on in the second half. Jalen Spear heating up here in Huntington.
My wife and I were traveling. My chest started hurting. I was exhibiting symptoms of heart failure, but I was in denial. I was a young, fit person.
It was an exceptional condition because not only did he have a very large aortic aneurysm, he had very reduced pump function of the heart.
That was a really, really hard thing to hear. I met with cardiologists at New York Presbyterian. They were confident that this surgery would work.
Jay had a procedure where his aortic root was essentially replaced, and now he would be walking down the street and you would never know. He's doing beautifully.
Learning that it was hereditary, my attention quickly shifted to my daughter.
We are not just individual doctors, we're really family doctors.
I wouldn't be here today with my new daughter without New York Presbyterian.
Outdoor adventure or downtown fun? Why not both? Reno Tahoe is the ultimate destination for those who live life to its fullest and always say yes to a good time. This is your canvas to do more, be more, and get outside the comfort zone in the biggest little city in the world. Epic outdoors, boundless possibilities. Discover no limits at visitrenotahoe.com.
Dad, can we talk?
Sure, what's up?
I gotta come clean about something.
Okay.
It's my new car. I only paid for a brand new Hyundai Tucson.
You might be on the naughty list.
Enjoy the new car.
Deal so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days on select Hyundai vehicles. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today.
Vivid Seats' new lowest price guarantee means you get lower ticket prices in the Vivid Seats app. But Vivid Seats cannot guarantee that you'll crash a tailgate and walk away without a concussion. But we can guarantee lower ticket prices only in the Vivid Seats app.
Here's to the stop that never stopped. To the flavor that found its way into everything. From just one spot to America's #1 spot for wings. This isn't just a meal. It's an arrival. Wingstop is here.
We all have a name. It will be called. It will be tested. And it will.
Foul called.
Yeah, that was on Holenbeck right there, just playing hard. Got matched up with a big.
His second of the game. L.J. Hackman. 9 first half points. Here is Myers stroking and delivering.
He shoots it well. A 43% three-point shooter is a guy that you can't let get an inch.
He started his career at Iona. Top three-point shooter for the Gales. Again, coming off that game against Evansville where he had 7. He's got 5 to go. Who knows? This battle continues on here at 39-34.
And good defense by Jalen Spear right there. Way to be physical.
Bigamore checking in. We check out with a timeout. 39-34. Western Kentucky's Myers drains it. Hilltoppers get closer.
Our neighborhoods have small businesses, schools, and stadiums, and they all need signs. We're here for all signage needs, from concept to fabrication and installation. Signorama, for all your signage needs.
Lift your head up, shake the dust off, tell me what you're made of. It's a brand new day.
When you choose Marshall Health Network, you'll discover more than just healthcare. You discover caring. You discover expertise. You discover a lifelong partner in your well-being. Discover more. Marshall Health Network.
For 48 years running, Ford F-Series has been the best line of trucks for your line of work. And right now at your local Ford store, getting huge savings on our entire lineup of built Ford Tough trucks is no work at all. For a limited time, get a new 2025 Ford F-150 STX with $3,900 for $60 plus $2,500 total cash. Make your money work harder and test drive an F-Series today at your local Ford store, where there's always more in store.
That was Steve Newcountry. And this is Steve Newcountry. Go her!
Back inside the Cam Henderson Center, Marshall 39, Western Kentucky 34. We supplied Stevie Browning's keys of the game prior to the tip-off. What are you seeing now?
Well, I think the biggest one is the second one you see right there for Western. Push the pace. I think now you're at a point where you got to try and manufacture that. Even off made field goals, I think you have to push it and just get that energy and that momentum going that way. And on the Marshall side, keep doing what you're doing and guard in transition. I think both teams, for the most part, have done a good job. But I think Western needs to get their pace a little quicker. I don't think they just want to sit and play a half-court offensive game all day.
Hilltoppers basketball. Sending it in is Boone, and chasing down the ball there is Odiai. Newell was working hard, but unfortunately he takes steps, and it will go over to Marshall.
And good defense and good job by Fuqua right there, staying down and not getting out of position.
Each team now with 7 turnovers in the basketball game. So Marshall tries to take advantage here. Points off turnovers in this game, 9 for Western Kentucky, 7 for the Herd. A foul going to be called here, and they will whistle Myers with his second of the game. Team foul number 3 here in the second half.
And it looked like Marshall was going back to that play that they had to open up the game before Josephs got fouled on that last one.
Joseph in there for the Herd, gets it to Harding, and Harding will be fouled.
I've been impressed with the patience that Joseph has on the pick and rolls. You know, right there, it wasn't a full-on trap, and I think the replay's coming up so we can see it. It wasn't a full-on trap, but you know, he took on the defense, both the defenders right there, and waited till Harding got down in the soft spot of that zone, or soft spot of that backside defense, and was able to deliver a strike to him.
Harding has 5 in the game, now 1 of 2 at the free throw line. Foul was on Boone, who now has 3 in the game. Harding connects with the second one. Marshall by 6. Western Kentucky goes to work now, and Boone attacks. And Boone just moved to the hoop, but not rewarded. Jalen Spears straight away.
And Landon Josephs with another good defensive play. He's just got a knack for it. He knows, you know, where he needs to take a chance on. Like right there, he kind of broke off his man, saw that he could chase down a hand, slowed Western down, got them out of a little mid-transition.
Boone heads out for the Hilltoppers, and back in is L.J. Hackman. Moore driving and crashes into Harding.
And he plays physical.
Harding has 2 fouls now.
And I'm telling you, if I landed on my knee like that, it would take everybody in this gym to get me up.
Nice pass down low, but Marshall takes it away. Grant Newell.
And look who that was. Landon Josephs with the quick hands again, gets a steal. And, almost gets rewarded on a three-pointer right there.
And just about finished it off on the other end, but unfortunately does not. And back to work goes Western, and here's Hackman. He cannot get it to drop. Moore will go to work, and he draws yet another foul. Van Komen will check back in for Marshall as Harding has picked up the personal.
And Tegan Moore does a really good job of getting contact at the right times and knowing how to show the ref that there's contact as well. That's That's an underrated part of basketball, and being able to draw fouls and get to the line is knowing how to show the ref that there's contact.
So Tegan Moore, 60 of 68 heading into this game at the free throw line. It's both there. He has 6 points in the game, 42-36.
Marshall's done a good job of staying really solid on him.
Ochuti up with the shot and delivers his first field goal of the second half. He has 8 in the game.
And that's a good bucket. He got down low and used his elevation to get an open jumper.
Hackman trying to drive there against Van Komen. That's never easy to do. And driving in, Van Komen taps it back up and in. Ochuti couldn't get it to drop, but the big guy, 7'4", Matt Van Komen with the bucket.
Yeah, and just a good job of following, knowing that if that ball comes off, he's the man to get it.
The Moore heads out. L.J. Hackman is out. Jack Edlin is back in. Van Komen.
Had a little pump fake on that one, didn't he? He got him to jump.
It's the free throw, 3-point play by Van Komen. 30-second timeout here, and Marshall now with our largest lead in the game at 9.
Yeah, Marshall's doing a great job on defense, slowing Western down and making them go against the set defense. And Marshall's bigs have done a great job of controlling the paint, whether it's rebounding or blocking shots or even just altering shots. All around, you got to take your hats off to Marshall right now, and the physicality and just them being locked in defensively. That's why they're up 9. I mean, they've had good shots. You know, they've made good plays offensively, but I mean, they're doing a heck of a job. They've held Western to 36.
Jack Edlin with the basketball for Western. He penetrates, he scores, and he is fouled. I mean, he was not going to be denied.
No, honestly, I think it was a pass that just got tipped into a made shot. No, it looked like he floated it up there.
That's his first basket of the game, and he earned it.
Yeah, regardless, that's a strong take by Edlin right there.
Joseph committed the foul, and that's his first of the game. Edlin will put it through, so a 3-point play for Jack Edlin, again out of Louisville. Played in the Sweet 16. Boy, that's a thrill for any Kentucky high school basketball player.
Yes, it is.
Any state tournament for that matter, but definitely in the state of Kentucky. It's all one class.
And I like that. I like the all one class. And, you know, I've said this multiple times, and, you know, it is what it is. West Virginia, we decided to go to 4 classes, but we've lost a lot of schools in the past 30, 40 years. I wish they would have shrunk it to 2. If you ask me, if I was making the rules, we'd have shrunk it to 2.
Blaze Cada heads in. Boyd is out for the Hilltoppers. Ochuti with the shot. And Cada comes down with the rebound. Averages 2 a game. Here's Edlin again. He'll pull up in the free throw circle. Duque goes high for the rebound. And the foul going to be called here on Western. It's going to be 4 on Armello Boone. He'll head out.
And Boone really just hasn't been able to find a rhythm. I mean, a lot due to foul trouble and just not being able to be in the game long enough in stretches. But, I mean, you got to give credit to the Marshall defense again.
Edlin and Boone check out. Tegan Moore, number 30, he is back in along with number 2, L.J. Hackman. And how about that?
Young man's having a good night, but it all started with a nice backdoor and pass from Jalen Spears to Oshudi. Kind of collapsed the defense, and then Moore was able to be wide open and knock it down.
Joseph now with 7 in the game, his first 3 of the night. He had 7 for the season. Had one earlier, and they wiped that one off. A good look there at Corny Jackson. His team up 9 here, and Tegan Moore will trigger it in. Cam Hafner, when he get those feet set and could knock it down.
Yeah, he let that one go. He's going to let that one go. Ooh, I thought he was.
He drives, wheels around. It's it to L.J. Hackman. Hackman's had a nice game, looking for his first points here in the second half. Then Komen goes down, as does Cada for Western Kentucky. Got a break in the action here. 11:41 remaining. It's Marshall 48, Western Kentucky 39 on this December Wednesday evening in Huntington.
My wife and I were traveling. My chest started hurting. I was exhibiting symptoms of heart failure, but I was in denial. I was a young, fit person.
It was an exceptional condition because not only did he have a very large aortic aneurysm, he had very reduced pump function of the heart.
That was a really, really hard thing to hear. I met with cardiologists at New York Presbyterian. They were confident that this surgery would work.
Jay had a procedure where his aortic root was essentially replaced, and now he would be walking down the street and you would never know. He's doing beautifully.
Learning that it was hereditary, my attention quickly shifted to my daughter.
We are not just individual doctors, we're really family doctors.
I wouldn't be here today with my new daughter without New York Presbyterian.
Outdoor adventure or downtown fun? Why not both? Reno Tahoe is the ultimate destination for those who live life to its fullest and always say yes to a good time. This is your canvas to do more, be more, and get outside the comfort zone in the biggest little city in the world. Epic outdoors, boundless possibilities. Discover no limits at visitrenotahoe.com.
Find something extraordinary at the Genesis Signature event. Now is the best time to enjoy exclusive offers. Get 0.99% APR on
the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers inside the Cam Henderson Center. And here's what they have to look forward to as this 25-26 season moves along. Campbellsville and Tulsa at home. They'll play at Jacksonville State, Sam Houston, and Louisiana Tech. Again, members of the Conference USA. Marshall, a one-time member for that league. Liberty picked to win it all. Kennesaw State was number 2, New Mexico State 3, Middle Tennessee 4, Louisiana Tech 5, Western Kentucky came in at number 6. Then it was Jacksonville State, UTEP, Sam Houston, FIU, Delaware, and Missouri State. Conference USA has changed its look a little bit, Stevie, since you played for Marshall.
Almost from top to bottom. I mean, there's still a few of the same old teams in there, but you know, Liberty, who's at the top of the conference. That was a great get by Conference USA because they're good. They're good every single year. And they got a good NIL budget, too, which is going to help.
Cada at the line and sinks the first free throw. Could not get the second one to go down. I believe Liberty just picked up the West Virginia High School Player of the Year, and Eli Sankum from Wheeling Central. What a great player he is.
Yeah, he's got another year left, I believe.
He will be, yes, he will be a senior.
He's going to be tough to deal with.
Foul going to be called on L.J. Hackman. It's his first. That has Matt Van Komen at the line.
And Van Komen just active tonight on the glass. Offense and defense. He's been in all the right places. And a chance to get rewarded for it.
Came to Marshall from Elon and played against his former team. And sometimes we say that now in college basketball, but that team that you are playing against, you're maybe playing against the school where you were, but maybe not the same guys.
Yeah, you might, from year to year, it might be 100% different.
Van Komen, 1 of 2 there.
And Van Komen already has 12 rebounds.
6 points in the game, and Western Kentucky comes up empty. And well, in that case right there, I think Cada did all he could, trying to kind of get away from the offensive player, and just could not do it. And that's going to send Dubinsky to the line.
Yeah, another block shot right there by Van Komen as well, and that gives him 5 on the night. So, you know, he's not having a massive scoring night, but he's filling up the stat sheet in other areas.
Cade Unseld, the redshirt freshman, 6'5", 202. He's back in. So Wilson Dubinsky at the line and has his first point of the evening. He's 13 of 14 at the line this season. Ochudy will head back in for Marshall, and out will be Drew Fuquay. Marshall with a 10-point lead now. First double-digit lead of the game for either team. Wyatt Fricks, who has 3 fouls, he's ready to check back in. And Dubinsky puts in the free throws. Van Komen will head out.
Both teams going small. Playing what normally is their 4 men, sometimes even their 3 at the 5. And I would say that's, oh, nice take. I'd say that's Western Kentucky trying to get this pace going a little bit.
Moore with his 3rd field goal of the game. He now has 8 points, so the lead is down below double figures. Marshall had the 11-point lead right at the 11-minute mark. And now it's 51-42, and the Herd working offensively. Spear with a nice pass. Ochudy with the kick. Joseph will finish it off.
And, you know, just like the other time that Joseph's hit a 3, it started with a back door between Jalen Spear and Noah Ochudy. A nice left-handed bounce pass to a wide-open 3. And when you get the ball down in that paint, the defense just tends to collapse and shooters are wide open.
Now we have a 12-point lead and a Western turnover. What a smile on Joseph's face after knocking that down. You know, you're a freshman, you're out there, and you're trying to figure it all out. And, you know, it's going to slow down. You know, they always say it will slow down, and I think it is for this young man. Of course, he had a nice game against UVA earlier this season. Here's Ochudy, the one-hander that won't drop. Out of bounds, and Western a much-needed possession here for the Hilltoppers.
And they say that, and I dealt with it on both levels, they say your freshman year of college and your rookie year playing professional are roller coasters. You know, you'll have games where you play 30 minutes and you score a ton of points and you're super impactful, and then you'll have games where you don't play at all. And that is just the breaks. That is just something you have to deal with, and it's part of that grind and becoming a more mature basketball player.
Play is being challenged by Marshall's head coach.
And you can see it with Joseph's right here. Hold on, we'll get this.
Out of bounds. We had a red ball.
Okay.
So the out of bounds play there being challenged by Corny Jackson.
Yeah, and you can see it in Joseph's right here. He's had good games. He's had games where he hasn't played, but when his number gets called, he comes in every time. He plays hard. He gets after it defensively. And, you know, that's what you want out of a freshman. And this is going to be close right here. I think we're going to get... Did Newell hit it last? What do you think? Yeah, I think that's going to be Marshall ball.
White Pricks in the middle there. Newell and Unseld.
I think that one will get overturned. But hey, listen, I could be wrong.
We talked about Western Kentucky and where they were in the preseason poll. And again, they mean absolutely nothing, but maybe just a little fuel for the fire. Marshall chosen in Conference USA. Western Kentucky mentioned them 6th, Marshall 6th in Sunbelt play. JMU, Arkansas State, South Alabama, Troy, Old Dominion, and then the Thundering Herd, followed by App State, Texas State, Louisiana, Georgia Southern, Georgia
After
State.
review, the call has been overturned. It'll be Marshall ball on the baseline. 20 seconds on the shot clock.
Southern Miss, Coastal, and ULM rounded out. Long way to go. We'll see how it all shakes out.
And I think this is one of those games that if Marshall can hang on and win right here, that, could be a defining point in the season when you look back and you're like, well, that Western game meant a lot to what we're doing now.
CB, I'm seeing a lot of construction hats on here tonight. Was there something we were supposed to be working on tonight here? I didn't get the memo here as they battled for the ball, and we're going to get Joseph for a foul.
And that's not necessarily the foul you want. A guy laying down on the ground 93 feet away from the rim, sending him to the free throw line. But
Moore was on the ground.
Yeah, tackling.
Yeah, Joseph.
He just got a little excited.
It's like, oh my. It's a one-on-one here. All right, so that puts Moore at the line.
And especially sending somebody like Moore to the line who has shot it extremely well this year.
He has 9 in the game. Pricks will head out, and Van Komen checks back in for Marshall. Spins out there on the second attempt from the outstanding Tegan Moore. Had a medical red shirt a season ago, so Marshall with the 11-point advantage, and Joseph trying to get it into the hands of Ochuti, and quick hands there by Ryan Myers. LJ Hackman, Ryan Myers, Unseld, Newell, and Tegan Moore out there on the floor for Western Kentucky. Marshall works with Wilson Dubinsky, Noah Ochuti, Landon Joseph, Jalen Spear, who knocks it off the glass, and Matt Van Komen out there. Jalen Spear, and his big night continues. Now 18 in the game.
Yeah, and Marshall's going to have to do a lot more of one-on-one right now because Western's small, and they're not playing drop coverage in the pick and roll. They're switching everything.
And Newell throws it over to Unseld, and Unseld stepped out of bounds. Up off the bench for Western Kentucky, Carmelo Boone. Ochuti into Joseph.
And I think, you'll start seeing a lot of later pick and rolls by Marshall, later in the shot clock. Especially with this guy right here, Matt Van Komen.
Jalen Spear launches and connects.
And he's feeling good right now. We've seen him go on some heaters a couple times this year, and he's doing his thing, and he's dancing around, and he's having a good time.
3 3-pointers in the game for Jalen Spear, and Marshall zooming out to a 59-43 advantage. Look, Stevie.
Yeah, and when you're feeling it, that hand doesn't mean anything. Sometimes that rim just seems like it's 3 feet wide. And that's how Jalen's feeling right now. Comes off the pick and roll, hand up, doesn't matter. It's good.
Swishes it through. 8:36 to go. Lights are out, and there's those construction workers I was mentioning. I guess you're saying building that Jalen Spears building quite a game here.
He is. And Western's in a spot right here. They're gonna have to get something going, get some type of rhythm going. Marshall's done a good job of just completely taking them out of what they wanted to do.
Well, Coach Plona at Indian Hills, there in Iowa Community College, and won nearly 90% of his games there. Assistant then at Western and takes over the program second year, so he's been in some big moments, and see if he can work his crew back into this one, but they miss, and Marshall comes down, and Van Komen finishes it off.
That young man is having a night.
8 in the game for Van Komen. Here's Boone firing. Could not get it to go. Boone looking for his first basket of the game. He came in averaging 12. Ochuti gets it to Davinsky, and Davinsky.
The floodgates are open. And this is not the first time we've seen this, Mark Martin, where Marshall has just got super hot in this second half, and the threes just have rained.
64-43. Myers zips the pass down low, and there are those first two that Boone has been looking for. And big bucket there for Western Kentucky.
And Landon Josephs also has 8 rebounds.
Here's Spear twisting, turning, and now
good pass. And they're getting what they want right now. Every trip down the floor, they're coming off a pick and roll, and the guys getting into the paint, they're getting exactly what they want.
Van Komen now in double figures with 10. Shot from the outside, and Boone trying to get a three-pointer to go along with that 2 he got a moment ago. Nice rebound by Odiai. Three-pointer won't go for L.J. Hackman.
And as hot as Marshall is, Western is equally as cold. Nice pass again. And Marshall is putting on a pick and roll clinic right now. Every time they come off one, they're either getting a layup or an open shot somewhere. And, you know, that is exactly how Coach Corning has drawn it up and ran it in practice.
Van Komen with 10 here in this second half. Marshall on top, 68-45.
My wife and I were traveling. My chest started hurting. I was exhibiting symptoms of heart failure, but I was in denial. I was a young, fit person.
It was an exceptional condition because not only did he have a very large aortic aneurysm, he had very reduced pump function of the heart.
That was a really, really hard thing to hear. I met with cardiologists at New York Presbyterian. They were confident that this surgery would work.
Jay had a procedure where his aortic root was essentially replaced, and now he would be walking down the street and you would never know. He's doing beautifully.
Learning that it was hereditary, my attention quickly shifted to my daughter.
We are not just individual doctors, we're really family doctors.
I wouldn't be here today with my new daughter without New York Presbyterian.
Outdoor adventure or downtown fun? Why not both? Reno Tahoe is the ultimate destination for those who live life to its fullest and always say yes to a good time. This is your canvas to do more, be more, and get outside the comfort zone in the biggest little city in the world. Epic outdoors, boundless possibilities. Discover no limits at visitrenotahoe.com.
Hey, Dad. Dad, can we talk?
Sure, what's up?
I gotta come clean about something.
Okay.
It's my new car. I only paid for a brand new Hyundai Tucson.
You might be on the naughty list.
Enjoy the new car.
Deal so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for...
Marshall on a 14-2 run, 6 of 6 from the field here in this stretch. And there's a look at what is coming up. We'll be together, Stevie, on Saturday as Marshall entertains Wright State. Then Sunbelt Conference play begins at Troy.
Yeah. And then you sprinkle in a little West Virginia Tech in there.
How about that? The Golden Bears.
The Golden Bears.
What a history with that program and the late, great Neil Bicey and all that he did for the game of basketball.
And Troy's going to be a tough one. You know, they're good. They're solid all around. They have a really good four-man who kind of runs their show. But Marshall right now, 6 of their last 6 on a 14-2 scoring run. 6 for 9 from 3 in this second half. Western 1 for 9 from 3 in the second half, and that's kind of been the tale.
You mentioned that Troy team, 4th in the preseason Sunbelt poll. JMU again leading the way, but South Alabama's 3rd, but they got 4 first-place votes. There were 8 teams that got first-place votes as Cada puts it in. It's his first field goal of the game. Marshall received a first-place vote in the balloting. They're playing like a team right now that can contend for that title. And I like the little lineups that they have where they go 4 guards. You know, historically, Marshall teams in the past have went heavy guard lineups and been successful. Coach Judy keeps the hot streak going for the Thundering Herd. When it rains, it pours. Judy now with 10 in the game, so Marshall with 4 players in double figures. Spear leading the way with 21, Van Komen 12, and Joseph and Ochudy each with 10. Foul going to be called on Wilson Davinsky. That's his second. 19 fouls on the Thundering Herd, 8 on the Hilltoppers, and here is Blaze Cada at the line. He won the Tom Osborne Citizens Team Award while at Nebraska, an honor named for the great Nebraska football coach. Here's Ochudy launching, can't get that one to go, and chasing down the miss is Cam Hafner. And finally, Marshall misses one. Edlin with the basketball goes to Cada. Edlin driving in and looks and shot from the outside, and it goes for Hafner. Number 3 delivers the 3. That's his second from behind the three-point line in the game, and he has 6 points. Yeah, and he's got a super quick release. He needs no time nor space to get that bad boy off. Hafner now with 16 three-pointers on the season. Trims the deficit to 20. 70-50. Here's Dubinsky working against Louis Simona there. Now Jalen Spear lets it fly, and it will go down. And that's one of those ones you take when you're feeling good. Oh, I thought he was going to take that one as a heat check. I would have. Spear 4 of 9 from the three-point line. Marshall 9 of 21. Here is Spear looking again. Can't get this one to go. And we look back to the beginning of this game and how Spear got it going, and his big night has continued on. Timeout here. Marshall by 23 in Huntington. Sorry about that, buddy.
Eating out. furnishing your home, your favorite hobbies. They all cost money. The more you can save on your vehicle, the more you'll have to spend on the other things you love. At your local Ford store, we understand this, and our vehicles right now are more affordable than ever. Vehicles like the 2025 Ford Escape, now with $3,500 total cash, or Bronco Sport, just $399 a month. And Broncos are only $499 a month. Visit your local Ford store today, where there's always more in store.
Riding down the road, happy as can be, feeling good about my new RV. I got me a trailer, one that pops up. I got a motor home and a top for my truck. Camping in style, and staying dry. And Summit RV is the reason why. Summit RV, camping made easy. Summit RV, vacation fun.
Something exciting is coming to Huntington. Thundercloud is hard at work building an all-new underground fiber network, bringing lightning-fast internet to select neighborhoods. Soon, homes, businesses, schools, and community spaces will connect at gigabit speeds, making Huntington one of the fastest cities in West Virginia. Construction is underway, and this is just the beginning. Thundercloud, connecting our communities to a faster future. Stay tuned.
Men's basketball here tonight inside the Cam Henderson Center. Marshall 73, Western Kentucky 50. And how about women's basketball tomorrow evening? Marshall entertaining Davis and Elkins. A 6 o'clock tip-off here on ESPN+. Blessing King doing double duty, working with us tonight. Be with her Thundering Herd teammates tomorrow night. And right now, well, just a tall order for the Hilltoppers of Western Kentucky, Stevie Browning.
Absolutely. If they're going to get back in this game, number one, they have to pretty much get a stop from here on out, and they have to get super hot from the three-point line. It's going to be tough. On Marshall's end, just take care of business. Don't turn the ball over. Get to the late part of those shot clocks. Get in a pick and roll with either, Jalen Spears in Van Komen or Oshudi in Van Komen, and depend on their decision making.
Plays Cato, Cam Hafter, Jack Edlin, Tegan Moore, and Louis Simona out there on the floor for Western Kentucky. Marshall working with Wilson Dubinsky, Noah Ochudy, Landon Joseph, Matt Van Komen, and Jalen Spear, who has 24 in the game.
And, we saw Jalen go through a stretch in the first half where, he made a couple shots early, and then he missed like 8 in a row. And a good player does not let that stop them from shooting the ball, because he ended up having a great night. He was able to mentally stay strong enough to battle through that little slump.
Louis Simona heads to the line. Up and in, and that is his first point of the season. Then he played at Stonehill, and during his time there, faced off with Lemoyne and had a 33-point game, which matches his jersey number. He hits both free throws. 73-52 with 3:10 and counting here in the Cam Henderson Center. Marshall in looking for win number 6 of the season. Dubinsky on the drive, and he fouled on his way to.
And if you're Western, that's not the guy you want to put at the line right now. He's a very good free throw shooter. And he did a good job of, even before that on the replay, of catching while moving. Instead of having to catch it with your feet planted and then make a move, he caught it on the pass and just beat his guy right to the rim.
Dubinsky 3 of 3 at the free throw line. 6 points. We have a moment. Salute our great crew. Emma Turley, Riley Burnett, Noah Duncan, Tatum McKenna, Bryce Lusher, our producer tonight, Stephen Lucas, our director, Jake Maui, Braden Gross, Logan Miller, Lincoln Thorne, Grace Atkins, Kason Wetzel, and Blessing King with us tonight, our sideline reporter. There's Stevie Browning, our great analyst. I'm Mark Martin, delighted all of you could be with us here.
Appreciate you having me, Mark. And listen, I called John Elmore out the other day for flopping, and he got mad at me, so I got to give him some props. As far as catching on the run and being active on the passes, he's the best I've ever seen do it in person. He's always ready to catch and make a play.
Couple of misses by the Hilltoppers, and then how about Oates shooting? Slamming that one through. Wow.
Yeah, he cocked that one back a little bit, too. He put a little attitude on that one.
12 now for Ochuti. Down low, trying to wheel around Van Komen. Nice effort by Odiai. He will be fouled by Van Komen. With 2:01 to go in the game.
Yeah, and you can see him winding up for that. Hey. And, you know, as a guy who used to be able to get on that rim a little bit, you pray for moments like that where you have a wide open fast break and get a chance to show a little something.
Yeah, it's I never had to worry about that. So.
Well, I say it all the time. All I got now is knee problems. So.
You remember your first dunk?
I do. My first in-game dunk was when I was a senior in high school. My first dunk period was I was a sophomore just messing around in an open gym. But I'll never forget it. Nice split. Nice pass.
Dubinsky couldn't get it to go, and chasing it down is Simona. L.J. Hackman. On the move, Simona. He will be fouled on his way to the basket with 1:14 to go. And I think if you had talked to Corny Jackson about this game situations, I mean, obviously we did, but if Wyatt Fricks is not going to score and you're going to come away with this win here, you know,
that'd have been tough to believe.
Yeah.
Not to come away with the win, but to win in the fashion that you did.
Yeah, one of your leaders. I mean, yeah, he just foul troubles. You mentioned it.
Yeah.
Isn't that?
And for him, like you said, for him to not score and for Marshall to still win by 20 is, yeah, it's special.
Well, and then when players get in foul trouble and they have to sit, it's time for others to step up. And several did here tonight. Obviously, Jalen Spear had a great game, and Matt Van Komen, but
absolutely. And you've seen different guys from Marshall step up in all their wins. Like one game, it'll be Caleb Holenbecker. He'll make 7 threes in the second half, like he did earlier in the season. And sometimes it'll be that man right there, Jalen Spears, and sometimes it'll be Noah Ochuti, and sometimes it'll be Wyatt Fricks. It's not always your night, but being able to pick your teammates up when they're down is the calling of a good team.
Yeah, it's a team game, no doubt. No doubt. And no, Western Kentucky, it has not been their night, but well, they got an impressive bunch of guys here and outstanding coaching staff, and no doubt they'll be heard from this season.
Yeah, and they're going to be fine too. They're a really good basketball team.
That's his third three-pointer.
Yeah, he can shoot it.
He's had 10 threes in the last 2 games, 76-59.
Yeah, Western's going to be just fine. This is one that'll maybe fuel that fire a little bit and give them that surge right before conference. Nice pass.
Many thanks to Jack Todd, Sports Information Director at Western Kentucky. Great game notes as always, and definitely the great crew at Marshall with Cody Lynn, Grant Traylor, David O'Leary. To Eric Harding with 6.8 showing on the clock. Heading to the line. Harding up and can't get it to go. Now 2 of 4 at the line tonight. He has 6 points. Coach Corny Jackson, it's been a frustrating stretch with the Lipscomb loss, the heartbreaker at UNC Wilmington, and then this past Saturday at Ohio. 77-59, driving, laying it in, and scoring is Myers. And that will do it. Marshall victorious, 77-61. The Thundering Herd